gloomy, but welcome. And I'm here. Good morning. Everything is live. So I'm on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. I'm getting fancy. So, how's it going? Things are weird at my house. Sick dog still. But we finally got a vet appointment for Tuesday. So that's tomorrow. It's hard to put your fur babies in somebody else's hands and see what happens. So far, it hasn't been going great. This weekend it started out really bad. Friday, it was really bad. Hey, Angela. Good morning. But yeah, oh, hi, Leslie. Oh, I have 2 people right away. Very excited. So I'm just trying to cope. I'm getting through it. I talked to my friend Leslie, who's here today, and she was good therapy. It was good to talk to a friend. Oliver's doing a little better today. He's sleeping a lot. So there you go. Oh, Lorraine, hey. So I'm getting through things. I was just this morning going through my progress of the book so far and what I was able to accomplish in April. The first part of the month, it went wonderfully. I was blown away with my progress. I got through huge chunks of the book. I got tons of chapters written. I was totally I'm on board. I'm going to get this book finished by mid-May. It's going great. And then, things just happened. My dog got sick, really sick, and everything got halted. And I had fits and starts where I'd have a good day of writing, and then 3 days where I couldn't get any writing at all. And I'm going to tell you, I'm a type A. I'm a pusher. I'm a motivated person. I'm a get things done kind of girl. And when I am stopped in my tracks and I can't do what I want to do, but I have to do what I have to do, let me just say I get a little moody and I get weepy and sad because I want to be a control freak and control everything. And sometimes life is not controlled. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm learning to trust God that, sometimes you just have no control over things. So this last week, I knew it wasn't going to be a regular writing week because my dog was super sick and, I have to keep an eye on him because he's coughing and then he pukes and then I have to clean it up and then not good. And nobody's getting any good sleep. Sleep deprived in me just doesn't go very well. But I'm getting through it. We're learning to cope, but I'm really glad we finally were able to get him into the vet. It took 3 weeks to get him into the vet. So yeah, the emergency vet that was in our area where you could just go anytime, doesn't matter, they closed a few months ago. And I don't know why, because they were always super busy. I don't understand why they closed. I'm not up on, business gossip. I don't know. So all the vets, you just basically had to wait to get an appointment. And this is how long it took. It took 3 weeks. So last week, I decided that it wasn't going to be a normal week where I was going to get to sit down and focus for long stretches of time. So what I was doing, I started reading the book that I have so far and just went through each chapter and then outlined anything I needed to do to fix it. I did some fixes. So I got through the first 7, 8 chapters last week and really added a lot, fixed a lot. Just the process. It's kind of early. Usually I don't do a rewrite or edits until the end. But I figured since I didn't have the blocks of quiet time, because drafting is different than rewrites. Drafting is, like all focus and creating, and I have to kind of be in my like happy zone and quiet, and with a dog that's sick, coughing, honking, and puking, that is not the peaceful, happy place for to create. So that wasn't working. So I decided last week to do the kind of rewrite, get an early start on the rewrites. And it actually went really good. I've got a little notebook list of the little things that I have to fix in the first 7 chapters. And there was a couple of big things that I noticed that I didn't have finished. So I'm going to kind of try and work on those today when Oliver's resting. So right now he's doing really good. I'm really happy. He's sleeping. I gave him, we got him this stuff called Breathe Well, and it's got all sorts of herbs and vitamins in it. And we had been giving it to him in applesauce, but then we switched to just giving it to him straight. And then now we're actually seeing that he's coughing less. So yay, praise God. One little happy. I mean, it's not all the way better, but at least he can sleep and get some comfort. But yeah, sometimes life throws stumbling blocks and they're real and you can't avoid them. People get sick. The animals get sick. You get sick. Things happen. So I'm trying to learn how to just be patient and understand that the book will get done when it gets done, and being frustrated and weeping and cry about it is not helping anybody. Me, you, or anyone. So I'm working when I can, and I actually came up with some really good ideas for the ending, and I was brainstorming yesterday, and I really like the idea. So, yay. I mean, I had the ending plotted, but I leave room for the, surprises. So little character quirks or little scenes that happen, I kind of let those kind of just appear to me before I finish the book. So I came up with one yesterday while I was sitting with Oliver. My husband, he got to actually go out and have fun this weekend. He went out with his dad and they went to the racetrack, and vroom vroom. He got to smell gasoline and be around men and do boy things. So I'm happy for him. I stayed home with the dog, and it was not fun. I was like, the whole time I was like, I'm glad Jeff's having fun, but I am not having fun. I think I cleaned up like 4 things of puke and was crying because Oliver was doing so bad. And just having so much fun. Angela says, warmer weather is here and it's helping my mood a lot. Oh man, I tell you what, that sitting outside in the nice weather was like such good therapy. My husband got out the smoker again this weekend. He made 4 racks of ribs. So 4 racks. And he drove around and delivered some to his parents. My dad got some. A friend got some. Yeah. It was nice to do something nice and normal and fun. And hopefully everybody liked the ribs because, they were so good. I liked the ribs. So they were really good. But today I'm just focused on, I'm going to work on the brainstorming scenes that I came up with on my little happy list. Don't you just love, I don't know if any of you have bought anything from Happy Planner, but they have like the cutest stuff. So I'm like totally addicted. Happy Planner. Just if you want to be addicted to something, there you go. It's healthy. It's a healthy addiction. I mean, not healthy for your pocketbook, obviously, but because then you'll need stickers and pens and stuff and more notebooks because, I now have 1, 2, 3, 4. This one I just got. It's brandy new. And this one's just a notebook. So this one, it doesn't have like calendar stuff in it. It's not like a planner. It's just a notepad. And it's empty. But the glorious thing about Happy Planner is that you can take the pages out and then you can put them back in. So I'm customizing like crazy. I already bought a hole punch and I'm making my own pages. And that's what I did. I made my own. I printed them. And yeah, so this one I'm going to do, I'm making lists. See, I just made a little graphic with a little heart. And then I'm going to do a little journaling stuff in here. I'm going to be talking about my favorite movies and breaking down like plot and scene and why I like that movie or book, and kind of breaking down the science of why I like that story. I'm reading a really cool book about understanding when you break down something and try to understand why you like it. You know, it's like chefs do it with recipes. They, you know, taste other people's recipes and they try to break it down like, how did they make this? Well, I'm going to kind of do that with my favorite books and movies. And I'm going to basically just write down like, okay, what is my favorite thing about that? You know, I love Pride and Prejudice because I like that enemies into lovers kind of storyline. You know, they hated each other and then it kind of turned into flirting, hating each other, and then they fell in love. I like that kind of thing. And I love Persuasion, Jane Austen's Persuasion. I was just talking to my friend Leslie today about that. I just love it. And yeah, so, but yeah, I printed out like one of my favorite books is called The Winter Sea. And I don't know if you could see this, but I printed out a little book cover. And so I'm going to put that on a page, and then I'm just going to talk about The Winter Sea because I'll read it again, of course, because I've already read it like 5 times. But I could read it again and then break it down. Like, why do I love this story? I love the time. It's a little bit of time travel, and I love those kind of books. It's time travel, but not. It's a quirky book, and I like unique and interesting books. I had no idea what to expect. I had no idea what was going to happen. I love books that surprise me. And of course, it's set in Scotland, so I took a little Scottish castle picture, and I'll put that on the page too because they're Scottish castles. I mean, why not? So yeah, and let's see. This one is The Haunted Ground. Amazing book. Amazing. Haunted Ground. Think of it like, kind of made me think of like Indiana Jones, but a girl. She is a forensic anthropologist, and her specialty is bog bodies. And so she goes whenever a bog body is discovered in the bogs in Ireland or anywhere in the UK, then she gets to go and look at the bones and break it down like when they think it is in history, because in a bog, a body can look the same if it's been there 3,000 years or 10 years. So they don't know if it's a fresh body because a bog is like this floating, it's like floating dirt, but it's like mossy, spongy, and it and it kind of moves, and so something that could be like way deep buried can move its way up and be at the top, and then somebody's turf cutting, and then there's a body. So, it's really cool. There's a redheaded woman, and they discover all sorts of cool historical things, and it's how did she die, and it's tragic and amazing and wonderful. Yeah. There's like a tiny little like romance between her and another one of the scientist dudes. But mainly the story is just about the area, the location, and the history of the location. And totally dig it. It's not a Christian book, but it's not nasty, and it's not gory or disgusting. It's kind of more just like a little bit creepy, and yeah, it's really good. So today is book recommendations by Leah Beneke. But yeah, I'm totally kind of excited. This is just something that I can just do when I'm, in the evening time and just sit with my notebook and kind of watch movies or listen to books and kind of break down what it is I like about them so much. Because then it can give me ideas for my own stories. Like, if I really love the story of Persuasion about how people have regrets for the relationship that they lost, that I have people perhaps in my books that are like that, relationships that were let go, and what can I do to make it like stand out and be emotional and moving, and you really want to be on that journey with the character. So I'm trying to use my big brain and learn things, and I'm always learning. I want to go to my grave still learning new things. So I want to go to my grave with 10 books unfinished because they're in my brain, and I just don't have enough time to finish them. That's pretty much every author I know. That, like, I don't know if there ever is going to be a day where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm all done. I don't know. I mean, unless my brain or my body just says no more. Not for me to know. Not for me to know. But yeah, I'm amazed that Oliver has been this quiet this whole time. I just gave him his like breathe well medication right before. So that was a good idea. So maybe today's going to be a good day. I'm hoping it's a good day. And then maybe tomorrow the vet will know what's wrong with him. Maybe it's just something like a cold, and they'll give him some antibiotics and he'll be just like fine. But he is 14 years old and a beagle, so I don't know. My mug, this is ginger tea. I don't know if you can see my mug. It's cute. It's like a fancy Art Deco owl. I love owls. I'm all about the owls. But yeah, ginger tea. It's really good for the tummy. It's good for the throat. It's good for heartburn. Yeah, my body likes it. So I don't drink coffee anymore. I didn't even buy new creamer. My daughter and her friend, oh, my lipstick's going a little crazy. My daughter and her friend used up my last bit of coffee creamer, and I haven't even replaced it because last time I had coffee, I had heartburn for 2 days. I kind of love getting old. You just have to give up things like bikinis and coffee, spicy food. Let's see. Anything you've had to give up in your old age? Feel free to comment. I can't do too much spaghetti. I can only do it like 1 or 2 days in a row. So if we make a big pot of spaghetti, we need to freeze like half of it. And then I can only do like 2 days in a row. Otherwise, it just too many tomatoes, and then I just get heartburn for days. And let's see, anything else I had? I kind of gave a pepperoni that I've noticed every time I eat pepperoni pizza. So I just started doing like ham and mushrooms, and then the pizza doesn't give me heartburn anymore. So that's good. I just throw on extra garlic, like the garlic crust. I like that. It's yum. Leslie's the same. Yeah, I know. You're the same age as me. We're in this together. Well, you're close to the same age. Fresh broccoli and cauliflower. So you can't eat broccoli and cauliflower? That's a bummer. I had to give up green peppers, and I love green peppers. Oh, love. I could still just, But boy, they hate me. I mean, we're talking like up all night, maybe go to the hospital because I'm having heart pain. And it's just green peppers. They just kill me. They're mean. They're mean to me. So yeah. Gotta love being old. All right. Well, I'm probably going to get to work soon, but I wanted to share with you what I read this morning back in my trusted book, Secret Power of Speaking God's Word by Joyce Meyer. Here's the first one that I found. It's 1 Corinthians 7:32. It is God's desire that I be free from all anxiety and distressing care. I don't know about this one. It is God's desire that I be free from all anxiety and distressing care. I'm not sure if I can be free. Well, of course I can be free. That's ridiculous. But I can lean on God and it gets better. It gets easier. Well, see, I mean, I'm not as like freaked out as I was like 2 weeks ago when this whole thing started. I'm doing better mentally. I'm learning how to cope. I'm learning how to trust God. I'm learning how, even when stuff is not going the way I want it to be settled within my spirit, that things are going to get better, things are going to change. But for right now, this is the season I'm in. Sometimes we're in a season of change and we don't like it and it's uncomfortable. And at the beginning, I did not handle it like a pro, but I feel like I'm getting better at handling it. I'm learning how to cope with the changes and just, okay, so I can't sit in here and do the job the way I want to do, but I can get moments. And then when Jeff comes home and then he can take care of him, I can even come in here and do a little work and just close the door and try and find some quiet. It's hard when I'm stressed out. I'm nervous about tomorrow. I'm afraid of what the vet's going to tell me. I'm afraid the vet's going to tell me something horrible and we're going to have to put our dog down. And it's real. But I know that God, there's a season for everything. There's a time to be born and there's a time to die. And it's not for us to decide. So, not shocking. The next verse that I'm going to read, Philippians 4:6. I will not fret or have any anxiety about anything, but in every circumstance and in everything, by prayer and petition, definite requests, with thanksgiving, continue to make my wants known to God. I've had this one on my favorites list for a long time, and I always need the reminder. I'm not a ask for help kind of girl, and God's really taught me in my adult life to ask for help and to talk through things and to ask for help. But there's still a part of me that doesn't want to go to God to bug him about stuff. I'll thank him. I love thanking God. I love like long prayers, just thanking God for all the blessings. But then when it comes to like asking for things, I'm not great at it. I need to get better at that. I feel like God's like nudging me with like a poker saying, what if I'm waiting to give it to you for you to ask? Oh man. So maybe I'll sit out there with my dog, pet my dog, and maybe I'll do a little prayer journaling. I don't know. Have you guys ever done that where you prayer journal, where you just take a journal and you write your prayers instead of speak them? I used to do that a long time ago and I love doing it. Sometimes you could just get like almost like in a trance and you say the things on paper. Sometimes it's harder to say it out loud than it is to write it down. So maybe I'll do some of that. Let God's little nudge poker, like, all right. I'll ask for some help. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Angela. So, what's going on in your life? Feel free to message anytime. I'm here. You know I'm here. I'm listening to a dog go, rrr, rrr, rrr. It's really loud. I don't want to even do it as loud as he does it because he's a beagle and they have a trumpet right there in their throat. It's like a trumpet cough. If somebody coughed through a trumpet, that's what it sounds like. The other day on Friday, I was telling Leslie when she called, it was from 5 to about 11:30 at night, where he did that every 4 seconds the whole time. And he wouldn't stop, and I couldn't get him to stop. I gave him honey. I mean, I'm giving him like Manuka honey. That stuff is $60 a jar. And I'm giving my dog a jar, like a spoonful of $60 honey. And it still didn't help. So, poor guy. And poor me. Man, I was a wreck. I had dog honking PTSD. I was like, yeah. Jeff felt so bad for me because I was like a nervous wreck, crying and, upset because I was thinking he's dying. And it was a little rough, but God has got me through it. And I feel relatively peaceful considering I'm sleep deprived and frustrated and all that stuff. But I still feel rather peaceful. Like God's getting me through it and he's helping me learn some valuable lessons about my frustration when things aren't going my way. We can, who said that, you don't, you figure everything out in your 20s and then everything else is just golden. It's not. Yeah, we keep learning and growing. Oh, thanks, Lorraine. So, God bless you guys. I'm going to get to work. I'm going to go check on my beagle, make sure he's breathing. We do that a lot. If he's quiet for long stretches, we always just go like, okay, he's breathing. Okay. So I'll go check. I've done so many wellness checks on him that it doesn't even, the first couple of days of this, I was just, every time I'd be like all misty and like, oh, is he okay? After the 5,000th wellness check, you start preparing your heart and preparing your mind that, the bad news might be soon. All right. God bless you guys. Be nice to somebody today. And just be kind. Be kind to people. I'm hoping the world goes back to being kind to each other. But for my part, I'm going to do my best to be kind. And I'm going to keep working on my book. Even if I have to sit down with a notebook and do it, I'll do it whatever way I can. And take days off if I need to and take care of myself. But I love my new office and I'm happy. I just have some unfortunate situations going on, but we'll get through it. All right. Bye, guys. Love you. Be blessed. Okay. Bye-bye.